to my video. Today we are going to be looking at Grey's Anatomy and all the characters in Grey's Anatomy. Hopefully editing Kim can put them here and here, maybe. If not, it's a few minutes of me looking stupid. So yeah, and we're going to try and make it appropriate for children and target Grey's Anatomy towards a child audience. We are going to do this by creating a fiction cover. I'm going to be looking at all the characters individually. I'd like to keep their personality traits and what they're known for as I draw the cover of my book. But yeah, I'm going to play about with the idea and the title, and who knows how I'm going to do this, but it should be fun. And I absolutely love Grey's Anatomy. I cannot say I must have watched it through easily the entire 20... There's a lot of seasons now. I must have watched probably the first 20 seasons a good 3 or 4 times, and that's a lot of hours of watching. I need to find how many hours of watching that is and try and put it in this video because, yeah, if start to finish, it probably takes a long time. But I watch it when I'm working because being an illustrator can be quite a quiet profession. Quiet as in I can go quite a while without speaking to anybody. Obviously that doesn't include emails. I often have a series running in the background. So I thought as I work a lot to series, I'd let them influence my work. But yeah, let's do it. It would be rude to not be watching Grey's Anatomy, right? Asking for a friend. I actually started drawing this idea off camera because I had no idea how I was going to turn Grey's Anatomy and make it suitable for children. So I just started sketching things and trying to come up with a title basically. But it was so much harder than you think. I thought it was only natural that my story would focus around Meredith Grey. I also did a stupidly rough colour palette so I could follow it later.
Hello, I'm Mr. Snail.
So this is what it's like working from home.
Look, it's looking at you.
As she was the main character of my story and also the series, I thought it would be good to start with designing Meredith. So I'm really looking at just cleaning up my sketch here, so when I come to do the final line work and artwork, I can do it easily, and this is basically where all the thinking is. As there is nothing better than sitting back, colouring and watching a series, conveniently. When drawing her character, I really wanted to capture that dark and twisty nature that she's known to have. Basically, if you haven't seen the series, she's quite a cynical person that can come across as quite cold initially. Obviously, until later on in the seasons, but you gotta watch it. So next we worked on George. He's known for being a really lovely guy. He looks after people. Well, of course he looks after people. He's a doctor. So I wanted to keep his character quite soft, spoiler alert, as he is literally the kind of guy that would jump in front of a bus to save someone that he's never even met. I'm already drawing Christina Yang here. She's quite harsh-faced and will always keep a straight face. Very strong-willed, competitive. The kind of person that always had a plan, which is why I gave her that raised eyebrow. And then moving on to Izzy Stevens, or, spoiler alert, Izzy Karev. Karev? Did she even change her name? I don't know. Anyway, that's relevant. With Izzy, I really wanted to keep that main feature of those big, beautiful eyes, as as she looked at many other characters and could make them do whatever she wanted with them. Staring at the illustration so far, I decided to do a bit of housekeeping and kind of flipping and changing of the composition just so it would be more balanced. And then I started giving the Karev blob a little personality. Alex Karev was really the kind of person that was only looking out for himself. He was actually very sly and just wanted to win at everything. This was at the beginning anyway. Then last but not least, we have who he's looking at. This is going to be the character that is going to give the Meredith Grey and the Haunted Hospital its name. This is going to be Ellis Grey, Meredith's mum. Basically, whatever Meredith does is never going to be good enough, but she still kind of has power over her. She is going to be the ghost, so how on earth I'm actually going to design it so she stands out but looks the same as the others, but doesn't. Yeah. Also, I'd like to make a brief mention of how hard it actually is to draw 6 different doctors in different doctor outfits that don't all look the same. Write little notes to myself in case, I forget there's going to be a ghost there. Even though it's called Meredith Grey and the Haunted Hospital, but, I may be tired. Don't forget to comment below a TV series, maybe what you'd like to see me illustrate next. And don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see. So now we get down to the business of refining the illustration. Obviously, we've got the characters and what they're like underneath, but we're really going to neaten it up and keep it nice and precise. Here are some of my previous fiction style covers that I've done before. This is obviously quite different to my picture book style, but I love how one's clean and one's a bit more freer. It's a really nice combination and working on both. Fiction style, after I've got the precise dark line, I like to block out the main flat colour and then I add a little bit of shading and a little bit of highlight to make it pop from the page. This is just how I take on fiction, but there are so many different ways to do it. Just do whatever you enjoy. There's no right or wrong way. I follow the same block out, fill, shade and highlight rules in every part of the image until it gets to the hair. This I do like to shade properly, well, sort of the same way that I would a picture book, and then add all the lines and the highlights and So I bet you guys were wondering what happened to the friendly snail. Don't worry, they have a home just outside my office. Yay! So getting down to the medical accessories and the medical supplies, it's actually, even though it's an illustration, it's actually really, really important. I cannot stress how important it is to look at your references, because if you draw it wrong, you kind of know. But then when you get it right, it looks awesome. Or I hope it does anyway. So because of the many characters and the details and the fact we don't want this video to be about 5 hours long, I've done this video fancy thing where apparently you can watch me draw 4 people at once, and apparently I have 4 hands, which that would actually be really helpful in doing artwork. I'd be much quicker.
Whee!
And yep, they are still at my office door, in case you are wondering, which obviously you were. Now that the main characters are done, I decided to work on the background and also the ghost character, which I know it's a ghost because of my friendly note I left myself earlier. Very helpful. Thank you, Past Kim. This was really tricky to try and work out how to make it glow. So I tried a few things, but I settled with the white line around the outside, and that would be the brightest part, so it gave that glowing effect. After checking on my colour palette a couple of times, I went onto the border. I thought, as it was a medical programme, that it would be fun to add this border of details, of medical equipment, not forgetting to keep checking my references, just because the main cover doesn't include, obviously, yes, okay, there's doctors, but I thought it'd be nice to sort of amp up the medical side of things, considering it's based upon a medical TV series. And before we put some music on and watch me draw lots of random medical doodles, here's a check-in on the snails. Yep, they are still there. So yeah, they're kind of growing on me now, I suppose. Also, did you all know how quickly snails actually move? They've been given a bad rep. It was actually really fun working on all these small details, and also a fun fact that nobody asked for. A few years ago, had a big operation on my hips, and my hips were screwed together for a while before I had the screws removed. So every illustration I draw of a hip bone, they will have screws in. now that I have the final illustration, it's time for me to put the text on. And this was so much trial and error, and any pauses is me just thinking of what to do next. Normally, I work with a designer, as making a book really does take a lot of people, a really big team. I just tried and did the best I could, and I really liked how the haunted hospital words came out. I thought it would be really nice to bring up that spooky, eerie feeling, and for some reason I associate the neon glow with ghosts. Also, why am I only now noticing that the words haunted hospital need to go a little bit to the left? This is so frustrating for editing him, but it's done now. Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry, I moved it.
Our work is so beautiful. Look, he's looking down at your work.
Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed it, and it's been an amazing excuse to watch more Grey's Anatomy. So hopefully I might turn this into a series. Then I can... It's really just a good excuse to binge watch some series. I've really enjoyed what I've come up with, and it's meant I've got another piece for my fiction portfolio. I really do like fiction. It's completely different to picture books. You're looking at a completely different audience, and yeah, it's just lots of fun, and also fun doing a different style. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment below on a TV series that you'd like to see me turn into a fiction book. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you've liked it. If not, that's okay. But if you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you again in the next video.